This is a story of missing documents, vanished money, and a self-proclaimed eco-preneur who didn't just disappear, he bolted. For years, investors were stonewalled, ignored, lied to, shut out. But after a brutal legal fight, the truth finally cracked open, and it was explosive. Nigel Grier sold himself as a visionary, a builder of sustainability projects, saving the planet one investment at a time. But the documents ripped that story to shreds. He raised $1.5 million for three projects: Bali, Lombok, and Burma. The promises were huge. The reality? Bali saw only a few $1,000s of real activity, and no activity took place at all in Lombok and Myanmar. Three projects, and nothing to show for them. Then came the bank statements, and they blew the entire operation wide open. They revealed what investors describe as incriminating evidence of financial misconduct. The documents show nearly all investor funds went straight to Nigel and Fiona, funneled into the parent company the Greers controlled, described as their own wallet. The project companies were left stripped bare. No assets, no cash, only debt. Nigel bragged about multiple active contracts with global brands, but the bank accounts tell the real story. No revenues. The only incoming funds are investor funds. No customers, no income, no business. Just three empty shells. A pipeline designed to move money in one direction, out. By mid-2019, the facade collapsed. Equipment in Bali was seized. Investors demanded answers, and Nigel vanished, compelling the victims to report the Greers to Singapore police. But by then, it was too late. The Greers had already escaped to Australia, where they lived in luxury, off of investors' money. What followed was a Zoom creditors meeting engineered to muzzle everyone except Nigel and his hand-picked liquidator, Reuben Potter. As the documents note, no one was able to speak except for Nigel and Reuben. The strategy was simple: control the meeting, control the votes, bury the truth. But 13 investors refused to be buried. They took the fight to court and won, forcing the release of the bank records that exposed everything. And then there was Shi Wen Yap, Nigel's lone defender. He injected a last-minute $20,000 loan just before liquidation, a loan not reflected in the bank statements. The timing wasn't coincidental. It was tactical. Become a creditor, influence the vote, protect Nigel's chosen liquidator. A later 2022 Singapore court ruling involving Yap and a $14 million stock scam only deepened the questions around his role. When the court-ordered documents finally arrived, they revealed the final insult: not a single contract, not a single invoice, 3 years of supposed business, and zero records. The bank statements told the story the Greers tried to hide. Investor funds flowing into companies controlled by the Greers, shuffled around, and ultimately spent on themselves to fund a lavish lifestyle. This was not a legitimate business gone wrong, as Nigel claims. This was not even a sloppy job or something that started with good intentions and took a wrong turn. This was deception from day one, leading one victim to call Grier a professional liar. The investors uncovered the truth. Now the world gets to see it. The Greers have resurfaced in Townsville, Australia, where victims warn they're pushing new schemes that look disturbingly familiar. The pattern didn't end. It just changed postcodes. If any reporter or news outlet wants to dig deeper, leave a comment. We'll be in touch.